So the early stages of working on the LAN, I have a meeting with ESL, and most important part is planning, like when are the matches gonna be and when is the LAN final gonna be. You know, we don't want the final to be too close to the online tournament, because then the teams don't have enough time to prepare for it, to book flight tickets and stuff like that. The first step is to decide, okay, what date, and then we try to find the venue, which for us is easy because we have the ESL studios in Haarlem, so we always have the chance to do it over here. But of course we're always looking for new opportunities to do it bigger and better.
So ESL is involved from the very beginning because we organize the tournament, but also are responsible for organizing the whole final event. So we're starting from the very beginning, getting the PCs ready for my PC partner, all the hardware, making the player guides, the crew guides for everyone who's coming, also for our own event crew here, and for preparing the stream. Having our checklist, like, okay, also for the teams, what are we gonna do for catering, what are we gonna do for the warm-up area, for the studio area, the branding in the building, stuff like that. So we start the planning from, I think, from like the second or third week of the group stage, and then we have like 5-6 weeks to make everything happen.
As soon as I get here, I usually wake up at like 7 a.m. because I have to drive quite a while to get here. But as soon as I get here, it's working with the team that's here, our staff, like making sure everything is set before we go live, making sure as soon as the players come in that they have everything they need. If they need keyboards, whatever, something's broken, like everything's working fine. Get them set on the tables, ready for the match to begin. Make sure they're on time on the match, because we had one time that I think it was with Hap's team back in the day. He was running late because of traffic, and it messes up your whole schedule. So we make sure they're on time, like 2 or 3 hours in advance these days.
Before the stream goes live, I open up my laptop. I have a spreadsheet containing the 2 teams that played, the maps that's going to be played, and empty slots for the rounds and the operator bans. So I usually open up the file, and then when we start, that's where I start. So I set up the map, I press play, and then basically from there on, I just keep up to date with the spreadsheet. In case of a rehost, of course, I can just look it up and see who won which round and what the operator bans were, to make my life a little bit easier.
Before the stream goes live, obviously our producer talks with the talent, with the casters, like how's the stream going to go? Do they have any last minute adjustments that they feel like, okay, maybe we can do this or maybe we can do that, and then talk it over, and we help the players set up to have everything in perfect order.
Normally we do sound checks, however this time we are back in our own studio, so everything is already synced for me and Thumperr, so basically we have little to none preparation with sound. As for preparation, I go back to watching VODs, make notes of how the team plays, who are the players to watch out for, what are the statistics for the maps and the signs that the people are playing, etc, etc. So I'm really a stat-driven caster.
Hello everybody, welcome to the ESL Benelux Rainbow Six Finals. We're here in the studio in Haarlem where 2 of the teams are already standing by to let their first match start. It's going to be Flashpoint against Trust Gaming, and they are 2 of the 4 teams fighting for the 11,500 euros they're up for grabs. Both the teams are ready, so let's get in it.
Beats.
first.
I was so scared once he takes out Pipsy, but Gregson has the one tap right back on him. Problem is though, Avage peeks in with the Elda, and then Leonski steps in as well. Trust Gaming are your Benelux League champion, of course, being carried by a Tachanka.
Why do I come to these events? Because this is where the fresh talent is. Anyone who thinks that people just somehow dissipate or evaporate and then suddenly show up in Pro League or Challenger League is absolutely wrong. It's not how it works. It's these events that bring people up and get them into the competitive vibe, that I guess give them the experience, the exposure that they need to get out there. And if you're not involved in these kind of young, sort of flourishing and blooming events like this, then you're going to miss out on those really key, rare people that exist in this scene. And that's how we find, you know, the next Pengu. That's how we find the next Kanto, whoever it is that you want to bring up as being, you know, some of the most prominent players in the league at the moment. So they're here, and they're blooming ever so surely. Yeah.
It is just fun to do. You're part of the community, you're having fun with other people who enjoy the same thing as you do. And if you're not a player, but you're able to do stuff for the community, for the esports scene, for the game in a different way, and why shouldn't you?
I think the community is the most rewarding part. The messages you get about thank you for casting, or I really enjoyed it and you gave us new insight, that kind of stuff. Just, you do it for the community. And you do it because you love it. Because this is a job you cannot do if you don't like doing it. Because it will be heard in your casting. So I keep doing it because I love it. And it feels rewarding because, well, I've been here since the start. And I like to participate and partake in any development possible.
What I really love about the rainbow scene, like especially here in the Benelux, everyone is really close. I mean, last week was at the Dutch Championship, and with CSGO and League of Legends, the community is great, but they're not as hooked, so to say, as the Rainbow community. I mean, we say in the play guide, okay, players can come from 12 onwards, and people are here at like 11:30 because they want to come here and warm up and play. And then also after the event, I mean, we got some beers, and like everyone will sit here for like 2-3 hours just chilling with everyone and drinking and socializing. You don't really see that in other games here in the Benelux, at least, and that's really rewarding. What I also really love is like the support from Ubisoft themselves. They're always here. They're always pushing us to improve, and they're also really helping to make the scene grow. And that really shows off. Like, we started really small like 3 years ago, and when we are here and the teams are growing, I mean, Trust making Challenger League, almost getting into Pro League playoffs. So that's really cool to see also the involving teams, organizations stepping in, and just a general scene being evolving into something bigger, and also like the Benelux scene being recognized with the European or the Pro League casters and the Pro League teams and stuff like that. It's really, really cool that we can be a small part of that.
For me, the most rewarding part of the job is like, it's kind of two things. Like, the first thing is I always want to do better. So every time I have an event, I want it to be better than the time before. It can be small things like better assets or a better promo video or better sound quality. You know, it doesn't have to be the big things, but I want it to do better than the time before. And like, especially with an event like this, you can really, you know, check a VOD from the season before, and then from this season you can easily see like, okay, it's way better or it isn't. But most important, I don't know, I just like to work with everyone, you know, like with the casters, the analysts, the players, journalists that come here, everyone. It's just so nice to see everyone because you talk a lot online. And some players even meet each other for the first time during a final. So it's really nice to work with everyone and see everyone so happy and excited for this day. So for me, that's personally the reason I keep on doing this. I always like doing events, but esports events are even nicer, I think, because it's just, you know, everyone has the same passion, and that's Siege, and everyone has a different role. You know, one plays, the other is a caster, and someone else just coming here to watch, but everyone has the same passion.
I'm Toolsma, of course, joined by Hap once again.